letting people know, simply put, life is hard. Life is not meant to be easy. Life was never meant to be peaches and cream. I could use a million other analogies. Life is hard, but we are God's highest form of creation, and we were meant to overcome the tribulations of life and triumph through them, after them, whatever you want to say. Um, I've read this Instagram post yesterday, I believe, the other day, and the post said, and I quote, I asked God for strength, so he put obstacles in front of me so that way I could become stronger. And that is such a poetic phrase, a poetic line. People don't understand that life is not meant to be easy. If life was easy, then you would never see the people become millionaires and commit suicide. You would never see the people who become millionaires be in debt or file for bankruptcy or go through the worst, I don't know, like the worst, how can I say, though? I don't know. I feel like people that, when you make a lot more money, the problems you go through are not only a lot more amplified, but they're a lot more severe. A lot of us sit back in hindsight and say, hey, listen, man, if I had all that money, I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that, I'll be doing that. But you never know until you're actually in that position. The same way if you saw somebody, I don't know, like drown. You're like, hey, listen, man, if I was in the middle of the ocean, man, I'll tell you, man, I'll do whatever I can to stay afloat. But then drop you in the middle of the ocean and we'll really see what's going to happen. So I really just want to remind you guys that life is hard. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to fold, crawl up in a little circle, and when life starts getting hard, you just going to run away? Or are you going to actually just notice, hey, life is hard, pain is temporary. Not only is pain temporary, but once I go through this pain, I will never have to endure it again. It won't hurt as much the next time because I know what to expect. It's kind of like if you break your leg the first time, all right, listen, you break your leg again, it's still gonna suck, but you know what to expect this time, so it won't hurt as much. It's still gonna suck, but you know what to expect this time, so it won't hurt as much. So I really want to just remind you guys that, hey, listen, life is hard. I'm going to keep on saying it, keep on saying it. Life is not supposed to be easy. But every tribulation, every hardship comes with a lesson. That's what makes us grow. That's what gets us to be who we are. Once again, that's why we are God's highest form of creation. Life is not easy for me. I bet life is not easy for you. Now, another thing, we all have different problems, and we all take each problem a different way. Once again, let's say if I had a paper cut, it may hurt to me. I may feel like it's the end of the world. But you may be able to take that paper cut. You may be like, man, listen, man, like somebody chopped my finger off. I wish I had a paper cut. So, once again, life is hard. We all take hardships differently. What may be a hardship to me is not a hardship to you. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand is, if you guys are going through a hardship, something that's actually messing up with you, or I don't know, like just attacking your brain in a negative way, then you guys gotta understand that you don't talk about it. Don't look at the glass as half empty. Don't think it's the end of the world. It's not. Temporarily, you may feel like it's the end of the world, but if you keep on feeling like that, that temporary feeling is going to turn into a permanent feeling because you're speaking about it. Because you think it's the end of the world, you're acting like it's the end of the world, so it may become the end of the world because you're going through a hardship. And unfortunately, if you really think about it, that's why people commit suicide, because they can't go through that temporary pain. All pain is temporary. Every time it's said this, all pain is temporary. It may last for a day, it may last for a week, it may last for a month, it may last for a year. But we all will go through it. We all will get through it. It just matters on us. We are the determining factor because, once again, we are God's highest form of creation as far as when will it end. Now, I see a lot of people posting negative things on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and all of that. It's just like, why? Why? Me personally, I don't have the perfect life. But years ago, I stopped posting negative things on Facebook. Because, number one, people don't need to know what negative hardships I'm going through. That's not a place for social media. Number two, I make it. I determine how bad it is. I determine how I'm going to react to it. I determine how severe it is. So no matter what I go through, it'll never be so severe that I will have to post it on social media for everybody else to know. Because all I'm doing is just amplifying that pain. I'm just making it stronger. I'm just making sure that it's in my life a little longer. So I want you guys to understand that all pain is temporary. Life is supposed to be difficult. But it's supposed to be difficult so that we learn, so that we become all that we can be. Because if you don't have difficulty, then there's no growth. Think about it if you're in the gym. When you first start in the gym, it's just like, yo, like, I really can't bench, man. This bench press hurt, or these curls hurt. But after you go through the pain, the first day of soreness, it's just like, wow, like this, I've never felt pain like this before. After you go through that first day of soreness, then you're able to tackle more weight, because you're like, all right, listen, I did this. I need that feeling of soreness back, because then that's how I know I'm progressing through the gym. So treat life at the end of pain, excuse me, at the end of pain is growth. So if you feel like that life is too hard or anything, it's not. It's just as hard for you as it is for me, as it is for the next person in line. Don't make it a pity party. Because if you make it a pity party, you're just prolonging it. And once you start seeing that people aren't standing there and feeling sorry for you, then it's just going to put you in a deeper depression, because you want people to feel your pity. You want people to feel your anxiety, your pain. But nobody's going to feel your pain for you. People will feel sorry for you, but I guarantee you they will not feel your pain for you. So let's change that notion of life is hard for me and not hard for anybody else, and change it into, all right, life is hard for me and it's just as hard for everybody else, but it all depends on me as far as how I want to change it. I see a lot of people that made some mistakes in their earlier years, or made some mistakes recently, and they just think it's the end of the world. Like, they can't come back from it. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh, I messed up my credit. Oh my gosh, I never finished school. Or, oh my gosh, I fucked up that job. And it's just like, you really did it. You really did it. It's not the end of the world. You can always change it. That's why, once again, I said this in another video. That's why you see people that are 70, 80, 90 years old graduate college, because they know, hey, listen, I may have messed up earlier in my life, but now I have the ability to change it. I know I do. So let's go ahead and let's change it. I'm not going to have a pity party. I'm not going to die with regrets. Like I told you guys in the poem, when you die, make sure your gas tank is on E. When you die, make sure your gas tank is on E. Once again, life is hard, but it's meant to be a growing experience. The more you struggle, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more you know. And the more you know, the better off you will be in life. Not just mentally, financially, I don't know, physically, anything. Take a hardship, take a challenge, and know, even though this sucks, I will grow from this. I will be a better person. We all lived through this, or we all were taught when we were younger, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We just really have yet to own that phrase. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I have a tattoo on this arm, and it says, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. That's a Jay-Z lyric. He said that in Kanye West's The Diamonds remix. And once again, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. You need to embody that. Embody that difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. And then you will understand that, hey, listen, every hardship is temporary. I am meant to get through this. I am meant to overcome this. I am meant to look at this as the glass is half full. So I want you guys to take that away, because I speak to a lot of people and I see a lot of things. One of my biggest pet peeves is when I see myself talking to somebody, and then not just me, but I see other people start engaging in, oh, my situation is harder than yours, or my life sucks more than yours, or hey, listen, I'm going through this and it sucks more than yours because hey, listen, I only sleep 2 hours a day. No, it doesn't suck more than mine. It sucks just as much because we take things differently. What gets me angry, makes me upset, may not be the same thing, but we both get angry and upset more or less to the same degree. The only difference is, the only variable is how we react to it. So once again, I want you guys to understand that pain is temporary. Life sucks, but it's not supposed to suck. You're not supposed to look at it as if it sucks. You're supposed to look at it as a growing experience.